These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others
It saved my life. It saved my life.
across Canada
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
in our community.
My mom and my dad built this farm. We have combines, swathers, and I love being on the farm. Coda, good boy. I am called Blocka and I am 20 years old. My routine is I get up and I put my clothes on and then I go to the kitchen and I do my pills and my breakfast, got my bowl, and then I close the door, take the Cheerios out.
Cole and his mom, Lynn, discuss AIM, an organization based in Saskatoon that supports individuals with Down syndrome.
We didn't find AIM till Cole was quite a bit older. My mom just happened to see a commercial on TV and she said, something about Down syndrome in Saskatoon, she said. And she goes, I don't know. I didn't catch the number really, but I'll keep watching. And so she did, and we contacted them. And he works hard on literacy and comprehension because while he's a fairly good reader and a good speller, the story doesn't necessarily all come together for him. So the comprehension part he's worked really hard on. Also, another thing that really stands out for me is when he was working on having conversations, staying on topic, and listening carefully to what the question is. Making eye contact, right? Important things, right? Yeah.
My bed is right here. In each cubby is my Minecraft stuff, my stickers, and my books, magic tricks. I learned about magic because I looked up on YouTube. They have secrets how to do them. And then I just pause the video and I just do them. And since I do that, I just say, whoa, I can do this.
I can see benefit for families with young children with Down syndrome, like the benefit that those kids can have. You know, everybody with a challenge is lumped into a kind of a group altogether. So it's kind of nice to be a little bit more targeted.
That's our big fields over there. And we combine the fields and we put the grain in the bins. And then I help Garrett putting the grain in the pail.
Cole helps clean the shop, then gets ready to travel to AIM with Lynn for a group outing.
We are in a big barn. It's called the shop. Sometimes we chill out and sometimes we play with my puppy. Good boy.
We've been very lucky in Cole's education. We've had people who have come into his life when he kind of needed them, but we've never really been in AIM other than our very first time when we did kind of an intake. As much as I'd like to go to Saskatoon once a week, just can't. But we're able to Zoom with them and it's a fantastic option. So it's kind of nice to have understanding of how kids with Down syndrome learn, you know, in a better environment and more targeted kind of therapy.
AIM stands for the ability in me, and we're supporting nonverbal learners all the way up to, you know, young adults who are in high school with any needs that they may have. My name is Mel Norris, and I am the executive director of the AIM program. When I first got to tour AIM, I was just blown away that there are so many services in one building. The speech therapies alone could cost thousands of dollars if it were out of pocket. So families are spending very little for a lot of services that are actually quite hard to access.
AIM is relatively new in the nonprofit world. It started back in 2012 when a group of parents came together and flagged the gap in services for kids and young adults with Down syndrome. My name is Abby Hollybetts, and I'm the administrative coordinator here at AIM. So our entranceway at AIM is kind of set up purposefully. So we have these little chairs for little bums, big chairs for the bigger guys. We expect our kiddos to be as independent as they can, so we encourage them to take off their own shoes, greet who's ever coming in to say hello to them, hang up their jackets and make their way in. And then from there we kind of show them which room they're going to go into. All of our therapy rooms are along one wall, so each therapist has their own therapy room. So each room can be torn down and reset up depending on who's using it next. Usually we'll have a table with adjustable legs, a mat, big chairs for caregivers, and then age-appropriate chairs for whoever is in the session. We try to make it as bright and happy as we can without being super distracting. So there is bright colors throughout the offices, but you'll notice in the therapy rooms, the walls are kind of bare. It's nice and bright in there, but we want to minimize distractions from the kiddos. In our common spaces, though, we really try to keep it happy and bright colors, and the Down syndrome colors are blue and yellow, so that's kind of why we have the blue theme.
It's Emma's turn.
Kiddos can come right from birth, so 0 all the way up to 22 through their 22nd year. And each kiddo is quite unique and has different support levels. So we have lots of kids with dual diagnoses, with autism and Down syndrome, all the way up to kids that are functioning at a grade level, have meaningful employment, and are able to be quite independent. So there's a big range of abilities. Nicholas is one of our guys that's been here from the very beginning. He started just as a little baby. Nicholas was one of our kiddos that kind of has benefited from baby group to bridge to now he's in school and accessing speech therapy and literacy sessions.
And I see a big bus.
Bus.
Big bus. Nice.
My name is Garrett Mathiasen. This is my son, Nicholas Mathiasen. He's been attending AIM since he was an infant. I saw him doing very motivating activities for him to work on his speech, and then some gross motor stuff as well, and some body breaks and some fine motor. So it was all kind of collaborative, but he was very motivated by the dinosaurs and the dinosaur sneezing. For the dinosaur to sneeze, he had to work on his speech, and if he needed help, he knew how to ask for help. So it was a really good session for him today. But another thing I really like here too is they push him, right? Like, so even if he's like tired or whatever, it's like, no, we're gonna push you, man. Like, we're gonna test you here, and he adapts well to it. It really reassures me, and we're doing everything we can to help Nicholas to be his own self-advocate and to work on those areas that he needs to work on.
I think it was the first place we had walked into after learning about his diagnosis, that nobody looked at us with pity or felt sorry for us. They understood how much he was going to be capable of and how wonderful his life really could be. My name is Brittany Cafe, and my son's name is Henry. He's 3 years old. I had this idea that therapy would be this really hard thing. Through coming to AIM, I've realized that therapy for our little guys is essentially just play, just in a way that's more intentional. We are with AIM for life. I think even after he's over the age of 22, we're definitely gonna come back and visit. It has changed everything.
Our Community will return after the break. We now return to Our Community. Cole is excited to attend the group outing with Lynn.
It is a cold and rainy day in Saskatchewan. We will be stopping at the AIM offices on Miller Avenue and meet up with some of the teachers and some of the rest of the group people, hey?
Do you want to take off your boots and come and hang out with everyone?
Yeah. My name is Emma Wayhill, and I'm a teacher here at AIM. It's kind of nice that different AIM participants can meet and then hang out with each other.
And so there's a spot there. You can probably go over there with the boys if you wanted, with Curran and Brayden. Yeah, there you go.
Cole, this is Curran beside you, and on this side is Brayden. So Cole, you've only been here one time, I think, hey? A long time ago. Yeah. So we have lots more friends since you've been here.
Before we head out on our outing, I'm just going to quickly clarify that we're not going to farm 140 today. It's too wet and too muddy. So instead, we're going to go to the Western Development Museum. Okay? So no farm today, museum instead, but we still get to go on the bus. We still get to be together and go on an outing, and we still get to have a snack. So it will still be lots and lots of fun.
So some of the things that are expected when we are on our field trip, who can think of something that's expected?
Not yelling.
No yelling, right? We're gonna use our quiet voices or our inside voices, and we're going to stay with the group. What if I really wanna run when I'm at the museum?
Just stay at a group.
Stay with the group, stay with the group.
So I'm Megan Badoon. I'm the occupational therapist at the AIM program. And so an OT or an occupational therapist is someone who works with kids or with adults to help them do the things they need to do throughout the day. So we define occupation as anything that occupies your time. So that might be getting ready in the day, hanging out with friends, going to school or work, or doing something for fun. So all of those different aspects or elements of your day, if there's a stumbling block or a speed bump, then you can come see me and I can help with that.
Hey guys, we're gonna line up, okay? And we're gonna follow Emma. She's gonna be our leader. Okay. We're gonna go one at a time on the bus, okay?
I really enjoy the school bus. I am Tatiana Roulette, and I am 16 years old. So I am so excited to see my friends, and I really like talking to people who cares about me, and it's so much fun.
It's pretty fun to get to do an outing all together, isn't it? We don't get to see you too often. This is a treat. Did you bring your mom with you? Yeah, hi Lynn, it's good to see you. Okay. There's probably all sorts of things that we'll see when we're there, but we're going to walk through the main doors, and it's like an old town in Saskatchewan. So there might be some place where they used to help the horses, right? And they would bang the iron and they would make their horseshoes. And we're going to see trains. There's some enormous trains there. Do you like trains? I like trains. They don't work anymore, but you can climb on and see them. So we can see where they would put the coal in. Not like you coal, a different kind of coal. So we're at the Western Development Museum in Saskatoon, and field trips are a great way for our kids to practice some of the skills that we work on at AIM in a real life setting. So some of the things we might work on are walking with a group, kind of using those expected behaviors like waiting in a line and taking turns, that kind of thing. What was life like in Saskatchewan a long time ago? What did it really look like with the different cars and with the different tractors and stuff? It can kind of make some of that learning come alive. It's what we call like kinesthetic learning.
So my name is Kim. And welcome to the WDM Saskatoon. Our theme is Boomtown. So what was happening in 1910, that's over 100 years ago, there were so many people coming to Saskatchewan. It was exploding with people. Are we ready to rock? Yes. Okay, I will let you head back over to your chaperones and enjoy the museum. Thank you. Have fun, guys.
I'd say some of the highlights were probably walking through Boomtown and looking at all the different stores on the main street there. Getting into the vehicles was also really fun for the kids, getting to pretend to drive the vehicles.
So coming out into the community, there's things that we can't necessarily control for, but there's also things that we prepped for. So maybe we're buying tickets, or maybe we're lining up, or maybe we're seeing the things that we've learned about. Some of the other spaces that were really attention grabbing were the school, where they can see everybody learning all together, and they're thinking, oh, how is this the same and how is this different? So same and different are concepts that we talk about. And I know that everyone's been really excited to see the trains.
Well, you said you love trains, don't you? Yes? So this one goes round and round when you press the button, but down there's one when you spin the knobs, they speed up and slow down.
It does look like the Polar Express, I agree with you. Do you like that movie? Do you? Do you still hear the bells ring? Yeah. Me too. I think it's very magical.
Okay, so we'll go have a break right now and just like calm down and have a snack.
Is everyone enjoying their snack? Yes. This is a good snack, and everyone worked their hands so hard. You opened your containers, you peeled your oranges, you opened your cheeses. Excellent. Was it tasty?
Yes.
Oh, Curran says yes.
Being together with the AIM group was really great to see the faces in person, and he saw one of the other kids had trouble trying something that she wasn't too familiar with, and he recognized that, hey, that's me. I don't always like to try new things, but I do, and then sometimes I like it. So it's good for him to see that he's not different. He's the same.
Take a little bite and see what you think. You want us to share? Okay. Good?
The Western Development Museum. It was really fun. I really enjoyed going to the fun house. I think it's pretty much exciting, and seeing the clown.
Should we line up?
That's scary. Yeah.
At AIM, we do a lot of work to help them learn the skills to help them succeed throughout the day, whether it's at school or in the community. But it's a therapeutic environment, and they get used to just us and just our office and just their friends that they get to see every day, and practicing all those skills that will help them at school, home, or when they do get jobs.
Our Community will return after the break. We now return to Our Community.
One of our philosophies is that we're a holistic program here, so that means that if your child's accessing speech therapy, they're also working on literacy. If there's any red flags, we can always pull in another professional and then carry that through each program. So each block of therapy, your kid might be accessing a different program, but it'll still be complemented by the program that they were accessing before. Lots of our kiddos are nonverbal. So nonverbal doesn't mean no communication, it just means like verbally they can't speak with their voice. So we implement iPads or AAC devices to help support that. So it's a well-rounded program where we all have access to everybody's charts, we all work towards the same goal. Our teachers are working on speech is working on literacy, and then music kind of comes in and complements with that sensory regulation piece.
Up and down, the people on the bus.
So we try and rotate our kids through different programs that are applicable to them, but still complement each other.
Well, let's read the question first.
How many
antennas? Way to go. So this is our girls' literacy group. And right now we're working on word families and rhyming. And the girls are sticking the words around the room. And then we will sort them to build word family caterpillars. I normally try and do it with games or interactive activities to keep it engaging. Okay, pull down your word and let's get it sorted. What one did you get?
Cat.
Cat. So should it go with the an or the at? At. Good job. It's really awesome that we can pair up the kids, and again, they can have that connection here at AIM instead of the one-on-one sessions, which are great, but the group ones are also really great. They're way more excited, they have the connection, they get to be with their friends, and then we still get to work on all the same skills.
Since the beginning, when he started going to AIM, this is a big motivator for us to move. We moved to the Saskatoon area. We live in Warman, just north of the city, largely because of AIM, because of the growth that we see with him when he has access to those regular therapies. It'd be a huge deficit if we didn't have this.
We're gonna do 2 feet. 1, 2. You're getting so brave.
AIM is very, very helpful in sharing resources. So then you can really leverage the expertise that they have here, and you can do it in a consistent basis, whether it's at school, whether it's at daycare or at home. So I just would highly recommend it because it's kind of a one-stop shop for some of the therapies that Nicholas requires.
On average, 1 in 700 babies are born with Down syndrome in Saskatchewan, so it's a need that isn't going to go away. What we really focus on is building the skill in our learners so that after they can be employed and they can join day programs and make a difference and have a meaningful life and have inclusion in the community.
I think AIM really does see the value in every child who's born with Down syndrome. They have given my husband and I the skills to really work with him at home. So we have seen consistent growth and change in him because we've been attending AIM regularly.
Let's see what's next. We can take our dino off.
I'm so grateful for AIM, and AIM is such a collaborative opportunity and so regular and so affordable, and there's that sense of community that brings it together.
And you can't not have a sense of community with people with Down syndrome. They are some of the greatest people on the planet. You know, they don't put all the labels and things on that the rest of us do, and yeah, and AIM is very much like that for sure.
It's like a big family trying to take care of people that cares about us. I think it's kind of special because it's part of Down syndrome, and I just like spending time with them. It makes me feel so happy and so excited for myself.
Producers Lucas Frizon and Elise Beaudry-Furland. Director Lucas Frizon. Director of Photography Jeremy Ratzliff. Camera operators Jeremy Ratzliff and Lucas Frizon. Production sound mixer Kyle Parkinson. Grip Ryan Radwinski. Drone operator Jeremy Ratzliff. Editor Tim Thurmeyer. Sound mix Kyle Parkinson and Laura Pisotka. Narrator Mark Phoenix. Graphics Andrew Antonello. Integrated Described Video Consultant M. Williams. Supervising Producer Jennifer Johnson. President and CEO David Arrington. Copyright 2024 Accessible Media Inc.
An AMI original production.